All right. Time for scary fight, maybe? If there's gonna be a big bad villain, dude, this is like the last place for him to be.
Hey. Of course.
Might just be one final room full of enemies and that's it.
Huh?
Please don't trigger a trap. I just checked, kind of. I tried at least. You there, you there, you there, you there, you there, you there. Oh, you just stay right the fuck
Something
there.
here calls to me.
Okay. Why didn't you move? I told you to go somewhere and you didn't. Oh well, I'm probably gonna use you to disarm it. Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody have a nice little trip outside real quick.
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
You get it? You failed to disarm the trap. Okay. Looks like failing never... It must not be a dice roll. It must be the same outcome every time.
Yeah.
Well, knowing that that's there,
Hey.
we will now carefully go around this corner one by one in a way that doesn't involve us.
Hey. Yeah.
Do we have the same voice? I think we do.
Ready, Watcher.
Yeah?
Oops, I meant to... Weird that left click also moves your characters. That's a little weird.
Need something?
Doggy.
Hey.
Ready, Watcher.
Yeah?
Ready, Watcher.
Ooh, another secret. Isn't this fun? Anyway, we've successfully set up a situation where we're now on this side of the wall, so that's good. So get him.
Yeah.
Why can't I click on this guy to attack him?
Hey.
Now get him. Why can't I? It won't. I can't click on that guy. They won't attack him. They will not take the order. Can I kill this guy or something? Okay. Now can I say to... Oh, damn it. Now can I say kill the guy in the back line? I can't click on this guy. What the fuck? There we go. What a weird problem to have. Barely injured. I can progress this a bit. There we go. That'll split us up a bit. Oh, that guy's down. Oop, there it goes. Just hit him. Just calm down, grieving mother. Just shoot him. There you go. Potion of major endurance. 100 endurance. That is a quantity of endurance. This elegant vase is cracked and chipped. It looks like an antique from a deer. Milk. Yummy. Get that nice cultist milk. It's good for your bones. and it wipes out the heretics. Hey, no trap. A large bull-necked man in a hood helps a young elven woman down from a glass chamber connected to a dizzying array of cables and machinery. Her skin and clothing glisten with fresh blood.
You may feel a little lightheaded for the next hour or two, but that will pass. Have a meal and get some sleep when you return to town. The transfusion. The transfusion will be smoothest if you relax and rest. The implanted essence already has a hold on your mind, so fighting it will be useless. And I hope our new visitor does not complicate matters overly.
What's going on here?
Subversion. The black sheep cousin of justice. Or haven't you heard Lord Heron's tale of woe about a missing daughter and an impending marriage? He's sent his soldiers to scour the village while he bides his time at the Dracogen Inn. I don't expect you to understand what I'm doing. Neither the rituals of Scan nor the labors of animancy meet with much approval in polite society. But unsightliness reminds polite society that there are limits. When no one pays attention to the excesses and debaucheries of a lord, you give them something they can't look away from.
Was Lord Heron an elf? Because this seems like it might be the missing girl. Heron said he was taking her to Ina's Rest to find a suitor, but a few pieces of his story didn't add up.
Did a bit of digging, did you? That's more than can be said for most. Lord Heron's been telling everyone she's his daughter. He brought her all the way out here just to avoid anyone who might know differently. She's his niece, and she's carrying his child.
Sagani's eyes are bright white orbs against her face paint. Her own kin? Her voice grows quiet. I know how I deal with that one. You can't be serious, that's horrible.
It is the product of a corrupt and degenerate system of nobility. This is all to ensure that some drop of his blood, some mote of his essence, cleaves to his fortune long after he's dust in the ground. Heron's own wife's delivered nothing but hollowborn. Now he's got no heir, and his sister's child, Aelys, is reaching the age to marry. Without progeny of his own, Heron's legacy would pass to her issue. So, he found a way to continue his own noble line. By putting his child in this girl, his own niece.
That doesn't justify anything he's doing, though. That's just like, oh wow, so Heron's bad. Okay. Also, you're doing all this stuff. And animancy is part of your plan to destroy him.
This isn't just about Heron to the girl. It's about the corrupting influences of power and wealth. How people of privilege, people like Heron, are so often insulated from the consequences of their actions. The charged essence of dozens of maltreated slaves and underlings is already taking root in her mind. Once it's established, it'll drive her to murder her uncle, her aunt, and anyone foolish enough to get in her way. People won't be able to look away from Heron's sins then.
This is just another evil diabolical plan to stop the evil diabolical people. Like, it's not... Ugh. Like, you could just kill him. Like, it's such a shorter path without the mountain of evil behaviors that led to this moment. Are all of the people... Like, all those people are dead, aren't they? They made a giant pool of blood where they just, like, sacrifice people endlessly. All just to what? to do this. You're proving him right. That he's insulated and above everything, so you have to kill dozens or hundreds of people in order to just get at one guy you're mad at, as opposed to, like, just killing him one-on-one the way that you would everybody else. But, like, if you really wanted to, you could just go after him. He's just in the inn. But instead you sacrifice dozens of people, and notably, you're not among those sacrifices. It's almost like you're just putting yourself above a bunch of people yourself. You're insulated from the consequences of your actions, which seems like I should kill you. Seems like a lot of trouble to go to when a simple lynch mob would do. They don't get a lot of things right, but this kind of thing, they know what to do with.
I do not wish to destroy Nestor Heron. I wish to end his entire rotten line. His name will become a curse among strangers. The deeds of his house will be eclipsed by his ruin. Foes will hear his name and shudder with pity, and any relatives who should survive him will abandon their fortunes just to rid themselves of the association. You're hot-blooded, willful, but there is no room for mercy and vengeance.
Watcher, do not let this girl and her child become fodder for revenge. Let me touch her mind. I can free her from this snare, as well as from the memories that hold her captive. Is this a... Huh. I don't know. It's a supernatural situation where she has to be separated from the, like, the nightmare of things that are being forced into her right now. But I don't know if... the ambiguity here is like, no, I'll solve this another way. I'm like, I don't know what other ways there will be. And is this a... and this seems like a... because of the restrictiveness of the choices in these kinds of games, this could be my only chance to use her help, and then if I decline it now I just have to find another way. But what if there is no other way? Because I don't know if there will be, and then I might not be able to use her option again. But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to fight all these people first. I really feel like you have to fight all these people first, and then you would consider what to do with her. So this almost seems early. Do it. The grieving mother bows her head. Thank you, Watcher. You feel her reach out, persistent yet gentle. Aelys does not move, but the grieving mother trembles with exertion, and the air around her rings with the sound of chimes. At last she collapses, her energy spent. The strain throbs in her mind. For just a moment, Aelys's eyes close. When they open again, her expression is blank, but as she takes in the scene before her, you, Wymund, and the machinery in the strange dark room, her confusion turns to fear. She lets out a choked cry.
Kill them. All of them. If she can't destroy Heron, then we can destroy his legacy with her.
This is why I was thinking we should need to fight these people first. Well, here comes the fight. Are they going to attack her, or is she a neutral party that we just ignore during this fight? Except, you know, try not to hit her with AoE, probably. We're going to want to spread a little bit, because we got a number of targets. How did I get him in the back? I thought he's supposed to be further up. Our formation is a little weird right now. What is this formation? Did the game kind of default into a 2x3 and just kind of go for it? Anyway, I would like to try to mind control their leader if I can. Oh, combat only. Did any of the commands I already put in stay the same way? I hope so. I would like to mind control their leader. That seems like a good place to start. Yes, a long-term returning storm. Wait, what's its range? Oh, it's around me, isn't it? Yeah. It's a pretty big radius from caster, so I'll take it. Okay, she runs away, so I don't have to worry about that right now, at least. Maybe that's why they made me deal with that now, is because I lose track of her until probably later. She's still trying to cast it. It didn't work, did it? It's a risk-reward situation. It's not always the smartest to try to mind control their entire leader, but I've gotten away with it before, and it's been very effective. I don't see a message about its failure, though. Grieving Mother. Oh, Mrs. Wymund. There we go. Well, he's not even that good at resisting it, is he? Was it just a bad roll? Yeah, defended by mind. He only has a 34. Oh, never mind. 96. I highlighted the wrong character. Yep, that was a bad target. Well, so it goes. Let's go ahead and hobble Wymund. It's best if he doesn't actively... not getting around too well. Did you cast Returning Storm yet? Shit. Did I just override that command? This guy's already prone, but only for a moment. I want to get one of the guys off of him if I can, and let our group focus on Wymund. Oh, boy. You, Edo, you really lost track of him, didn't you? Shit. Alright. Please get on him then. Things do not bode well for our leader. I'll try. Nope, he's literally gone the moment I unpause. Yep. That's... Alright, no chance for this fight. Okay. There's the claw. Let's get in there. Watchful presence has been activated. I could do with fewer opponents right about now. Somebody with a weaker mind makes more sense, though. With this guy. Just reduce the number of problems we have at the same time. Durant's already got his spell out. There we go. Big scary spell. And yep, he's on my team now. That's fewer attackers. Can I get a really good target here? Not amazing. I can hit both of these guys directly. Oh, I haven't done Cat Flurry yet.
I'm here.
Get that rapid regeneration going. Stop trying to cast that spell. Okay, two of them are focusing Itumak. A little unexpected. Bring out the heal. Ooh, Hierovis is not holding together very well. No, not you. Don't use that. He's near death already. That's good. Oh, paralyzed. So if he's not going to do anything for a while. Unless I can remove the affliction. That suspends it for a few seconds. But it'll still have to line it. It'll still have to happen. Let's let the heal happen. The leader's about to go down. Honestly, just throw another AoE through that. Help us hurt them. The domination's already run out. And Grieving Mother has not collected a lot of focus. And Wymund's recovering. And the controlled target has escaped. Minor self-heal. I mean, he's still afflicted though. So, yeah, 2 of us are stunned. Near death. Let's send out the blades. You're all out of cooldowns. You spent them all. Here, is down. Uh-oh. He's up. Grieving Mother's down. I've not done this fight well, evidently. I'm down to 2 characters. Yeah, it's not good to lose my chanter at the beginning of the fight. It's really hard to turn that around, because that's continuous effects on my party that are good to have. And this guy over here is a threat. What does halt do again? Cease all movement. That's not good. Shit. Can I put myself in a bubble before he kills me? I'm in a bubble. Okay. Shit, they're recovering. No, we've lost this fight. This isn't gonna work out. Alright. Sagani doesn't have a ton to offer. She just has attacks. Adair is thankfully incredibly hard to kill, but that doesn't do me much if I can't actually down their leading targets. Oh, did I just tell Adair to run? I didn't mean to do that. Damn it. I meant to tell you to move. Can I not move you? They're invisible for 30 seconds and heal over time. Can he not turn it off either? And can he not move? I can't get him to move. Did he get stuck by something else? Reduced move speed, but not zero move. Yeah, I can't move him. Oh, he's stunned. He's stunned while he's in the protective bubble. Of course he is. Alright, well, Adair, second win time, I think. Because you need to reach to the powers within now. Ah, this guy's on me, so Sagani can't really go anywhere. Now you're being double focused, because that attempted halt is now over. Nah. He has healing potions for self-recovery, but I don't think he can solo this fight, and that's basically what's necessary at this point. Is he still... He's still stunned, huh? Does the bubble stun... Yeah, the moment the bubble went away, he's unstunned. Does the bubble stun him? I don't know if it mentioned that. At this point, I'd just be happy if their leader went down. That even work? I missed. Yep. It's hard to afflict him with things. Uh-oh. Yep. Yay! I fired a little blast out. That's all I've got left in me. I finally died again. It's been a little bit. What is the most recent save? This one. Hopefully it's right before the fight. Why was I in a strange configuration like that anyway? I don't know. That's gonna be a difficult room of people to deal with.
Huh?
Was it a forced configuration for me opening this door, I wonder? Oh yeah, it was totally a cutscene where we all walk in and... Yeah, fuck formations, am I right? Game lets you program formations and then you just sort of do that.
The transfusion will subvert. I don't expect you to understand what I'm doing. Did a bit of Lord Heron. It is the Heron's own wives delivered nothing but This isn't... I do not... Kill them. All of them.
I wonder...
She can't destroy Heron.
If she hadn't reached out to him, I kind of wonder, like... If she hadn't reached out to her, I kind of wonder, like, whether or not... we would have been successful.
Hey.
Everyone run! There we go. This is hopefully helpful. I can at least blast a bunch of spells in that general area now, and hope for the best. Maybe. I don't know how much our melee characters will be able to reach for melee, but it's something. We'll try. Ooh. I would want to use Recall Agony against the boss, but he's got a massive mental defenses. Badly injured? That was fast. Did you guys... Wymund used Pillar of Holy Fire on his own people? That's great. That's great. There's a preacher and a sentry. I told everyone to attack the sentry, so let's make him take amplified damage from everybody. There we go. My melee characters can't really do great right now, but they will eventually. Speaker of the Restless. Put that DR down. Infestation's the stronger, the more damage they've already taken. Let's start Recurring Storm, because that'll last all fight. That should be a strongish start to the fight. Yep, that guy's already almost down. 38, oh god, 38 charge already, okay. Let's throw the blades at them. Scatter it throughout them. Buff our overall attack. You're still casting that spell? Finish that lightning spell. Come on. Did you get paralyzed or something? He has now cast it. Okay. Stasis shield on a friendly target. An AoE of fire. Is it an AoE around me, or do I cast it in an area? Because this would be a good time for, yes, a nice ranged attack. I need to make a mess of their back line. Alright, so the attack boost has been cast, the defense boost has been cast. This guy's still up. Knock them on their asses. Making a mess of things now, that's good. Wow. Wymund has very high defenses. A few of them are ridiculously high. Now the pillar's been sent out. Let's send out my ray. My ray is too big for this doorway, damn it. I love that ray. Let's increase everyone's accuracy. That's always good for a laugh. Make sure that everyone is attacking this guy. Well, don't click on those characters, because then they'll change their current task. You can try to get in, but I don't think he can get behind enemy lines. There's the fire spell. There we go. Interrupted Huravis. No, but did he get it off? Huravis, burst of blame. Yeah. Returning Storm, Gray 74 damage, then the Flame. 39 burn damage, 17 burn damage. Wow, Grieving Mother's doing 30 damage with just a normal shot. Alright, well this is going way better. Yep, people are falling over, people are getting staggered and attacked. Defended by... Oh look, the two stats he specializes in. Yeah, we're not paralyzing him. These guys have not amazing deflection, so it's kind of my best approach right now. Increased crit chance. I'm just throwing everything out there right now. This Magus does more damage the more damage they've taken. Well, now they've taken damage. Probably the time. Now let's reduce their accuracy. I'm going all in on spellcasts. Wymund has full goddamn health. Stop it. Ah. I'm being counterspelled. Or I'm being... They're fighting back, I mean, mainly. How long has he been on... I messed up, didn't I? How long has he been on 4 chance, ready for me to paralyze everybody? Only one of them resisted, the one we're fighting. Oh, there he goes. I should have switched to his wand a while ago. Dancing bolts. Bow AoE. There we go. Yes. That stun did not go over well for them. I totally screwed up though. I'm managing so many characters that I lost track of the fact that my main character definitely could have chanted, could use his vocations at that point. Speaking of which, stun. Yep, there we go. It fell apart. Ah. That could have gone so much better if I remembered. The young woman blinks at you and takes a few steps back. Stay away. I don't know. She shakes her head and rubs her temples. What happened here? You wandered into a trap. She looks around at the dead cultists and pools of blood, her eyes widening in fear and confusion. But what? She winces and pitches forward, holding her head. Aelys winks. I can hardly remember a thing. She pauses, her brow furrowing. She mutters something in a dialect of Rauatai, then Valian. Ba nom e no. My name is Aelys. Her fingers dance at her side, plucking at the air in 3 repeated motions. A liar. The opening notes of the false night, her twitching fingers brush her swelling abdomen. She looks back at you, a question in her eyes. How much of the did Grieving Mother take like all of her memories? She didn't really spell that out. I thought she was just going to deal with this, the connection to this thing. Almost a bit like Frozen, basically. They're like, and we'll have to remove her memory of magic or something to stop the spreading bad thing. It was kind of a weird, nonsensical explanation, but it was something. But it seems like she doesn't remember anything, but it might be that just she's currently a mess and she'll figure it out. You're a young noble who's taken advantage of by unscrupulous relatives. She nods absently. I also know I can't go back to the village, though I don't remember why. She looks around at the strange machinery, and I certainly can't stay here. This is some strong recommendations. What is going to happen here? Just going from 0 to life recommendations of go here or there or there. So just take off or go to the temple at the end of town, which I believe just would get her that would certainly just get her caught again. And we don't want her to go back to that. Avoid the roads and keep to yourself. You can't trust anyone. It's true there's people she can't trust, but it feels like we're just recommending her to get killed in the woods, basically. You should find your way to a big city. New Haomar, perhaps, or even the Valian Republics. Somewhere with plenty of opportunities. The suggestion sinks in slowly, but it seems to take root in newly barren places of her mind. It's good advice. Takes a final glance at the blood-spattered chamber. I won't look back. She hurries away. Huh. That dialogue was slightly weird. Going from just 0 to that, like making super strong recommendations about where somebody should go based on not a ton of information and not much conversation back and forth about what's going on. Huh. Got his key, lockpicks, lots of potions, generic fine quality versions of things. This, we've made a lot of money today. That's the takeaway from having just ridiculous amounts of loot. Cables snaking along the floor and across the ceiling connect to a glowing glass chamber. Can we destroy this? This whole place is really fucked up. It's up there with the creepy, the sewer basement area, the crypts that were under the keep by Gilded Vale, where she was doing animancy. Thick liquid bubbles inside the tank, releasing a pungent scent. Motes of essence swirl in the mixture. Ah, took. One-handed dagger. 10% of hits become crits. Exceptional. A blade of Enutanic origin. Aotuk skinning knife was a gift passed from mother to daughter, used to remove hides from various hardy creatures from the tundra. It is precisely designed to pierce vulnerable joints and cut deeply and cleanly into flesh, making it a fearsome weapon against less traditional game as well. I think you're the one we want to give that to. Ah, a new notebook. It's not just the same one again. Ah, these are all already unique, though. Huh. Stiletto hatchet dagger. This one has some life leech and some DR bypass. That one has DR bypass, but this one has crits and increased accuracy and increased damage. This one just having deflection more or less is kind of low. I think that the burn damage was enchanted by me, or else it could be enchanted on something else anyway. His build might be a little weird. Wymund's notebook. The looping scribbles are difficult to read, but as you flip through the pages, you can make out several passages. Near the beginning you read, "Will be a suitable place for my experiments. There's an abundance of space, and, more importantly, the locals are content to ignore it. I could probably construct..." You skip ahead several pages. I guess I just got bored. "Willing volunteers. The legacy has brought many grievances to the surface, and capturing the essence is primarily a matter of timing. The ritual of the effigy serves as a good template for..." You scan the middle of the book. "Died, and their essence evaporated. Next time I'll have to try a smaller concentration of the reagent too." You turn to the last page. "Noble from Defiance Bay. Results were mostly consistent across the other subjects. The challenge is always applying the method to an unwilling participant. but her situation may prove an advantage. If I can bring those memories of her uncle to the forefront, it might render her essence more susceptible to the process. Well, basically every angle of this entire quest was horrifying. And I would like to move on now.
Yeah. And what does the flame reveal?
Any strange secret things around here? I think at the moment we can mostly just be happy that he's dead. And quick save. An ornate crest decorates the sarcophagus. The name on the lid has been scratched out. What does this do? Oh. Right. That's the wall from earlier. And so we are returned. Well. A lot of people like to hypothesize about crazy underworld societies controlling the world around them and stuff like that, but this one, a network, a cave, a network of tunnels that's straight up more, it's like larger in scale than the actual city that it's under. Even the village that's under. The scale of this is ridiculous. Well, I took out your guys' cultist infestation. Can I have a few thousand copper by any chance? Don't want to blow to my own horn, but holy shit, I really did you guys a solid around here. There was, whew, Nightmare Experimental Sacrifice Society down there, kidnapping people that happen to leave their window open at night. Like that kind of shit. What the fuck? What the fuck? That was the worst. What were you heroes doing? You're not even hero. What were you doing around here, huh? And then you went sniffing around and noticed the nightmare? Potions for sale? Potions and... oh.
Hello.
A young woman leans against a wagon. One arm and one side of her face are covered in bandages with raw, rippled flesh showing underneath. A mingy, tangy scent wafts from her dressing. She smiles painfully. Just ventured into town? I'm about dry on some of my stock, but you're welcome to have a look-see. I think she blew herself up. How'd you get burned? She turns her face to the ground. By the flame. How bad does it look? Just say it. I know you'll tell me straight. It looks like it hurts. She laughs ruefully. That's a mighty soft way of putting it. I've been keeping an eye on Drake's nest east of town, at Deerfoot Crossing. The beast stayed just long enough to lay a clutch, and then moved on. Thank the Sky Mother it wasn't a full-grown dragon. She looks at her bandaged arm and grimaces. Fresh eggs are much more useful than the ones that get passed between merchants or left in nests for weeks or more, and that clutch looked to be at its peak. Though I'd see about getting an egg, I didn't realize so many of them had been already hatched, or that the young worms were so territorial. What's so special about these eggs? They're one of the strongest tonics I know known to Kith. If you leave out Caro Golan, at least, of course. But, not saying anyone should take that. But dragon eggs are known to make Kith bold, purposeful. Some even think they'll protect from Beowulfs. She shrugs. All I know is everyone's pining after potions made from dragon eggs. But the damn roads can't reach none of my suppliers, so I'm stuck with whatever I can scrounge up in the wood. Deer cap, river reed, and the like. Is this the egg you're looking for? Hylia's feathered tits. She claps her hands together, wincing at the pain. How did you manage that? I found the nest you spoke of. Hope those worms didn't give you too much trouble. Let's see her then. She cradles the egg with her good arm. Amazing. Not a single crack. Yeah, even though I went through all the cultist stuff and there's AoE happening everywhere, the dragon egg's fine in my void pocket or something. She runs a bandaged hand across the shell. She hefts the egg into the back of her wagon and rummages among the shelves. Here, take this. She drops a stack of coins and a parcel of ingredients in your hand. Everything you need to brew a good, strong pick-me-up. Should come in handy with the kind of scrapes you seem to get into. She leans closer. And come see me anytime if you need potions or ingredients. Alright? I've got a special price for friends, she winks. 600 copper, 600 experience, 1000 overall.
Hail, traveler.
Anything else I can do for you? I've got some handy ointments if you're braving the roads anytime soon. What's wrong with the roads? A noise of disgust rattles from her throat. Brigands, looters, you name it. The gods may be hollowing out our babies, but it's grown folk that's rubbing out the rest of us. People are scrambling to Defiance Bay because they hear there's healthy births there, and all those refugees in abandoned homes attract desperate sorts like flies on dog shit. Show me your wares. She steps aside. Sure thing. The shelf of her cart contained jars, vials, and bundled paper packs. But these prices are just for you. I got a discount. But I don't really... It's the kind of stuff I don't really buy very often. Oh well, I can unload. Oh boy. And boy do I have a load. Oh my god, there's so many morning stars. They were just really partial to morning stars. I can actually feel the interface lagging a bit as I try to like sort through all these items. Holy crap. No, and there's even an exceptional morning star, so all of those are pointless anyway. I have some semblance of a system here. Well, that's already 3.5 grand, and I haven't even gotten to the armor yet. Sorted by item type already. That's a lot of cultist robes. Wow, they pay top dollar for skein cultist robes around here for some reason. Funny that. Where'd that come from? That was a different icon. It's probably fine. Really weird when you keep clicking and you see the items clearly like reshuffling, but they're not where you're clicking. Like other stuff is moving around and it's weird. Yeah, the moment stuff is upgraded, its value... Yeah, I knew this would be a lot. I already have 15 grand and this is another like 9,000 on top of that. Wow. Huh. And everything else I'm kind of afraid to sell. They could allow them enchanting ingredients. Wow, we're at 24 grand now. Huh. You guys ever finish building that thing that you were working on? Because I rested like 3 times, I think. Did I miss it? Finished in 3 hours, still working on that. Well, nest egg. Taken care of. I figured somebody probably wanted that egg, because I accidentally took care of something. You know, you walk into a surprise I mean, I probably would have still gone after it, but what really made the dragon egg so tempting was the crazy brigands that attack you for being even in the neighborhood of it. Easily scared brigands that are also easily aggressed. We're about to level again. But get ready for a leveling episode again. Okay, where's Heron? Oh, he's resting upstairs. How convenient. When we maybe end up fighting, we'll be in a more private room instead of the lobby of the inn. Hello, Heron.
What are you doing up here?
Oh,
Have you news of my daughter? I've got to get her out of this wretched village.
You were an elf this whole time. Easy to forget when you can't see anybody because then they don't have portraits and their tiny little icons. And I noticed she was an elf, but I didn't take note of him being an elf, I guess. I found Aelys.
My daughter? Is she safe?
She's dead.
That can't be. What happened?
That's a big experience boost. We definitely leveled up just now. That's a good little trail coverage. So we've covered for 2 escaping people now. One by misleading people, and this one by just pretending she died already, which seems to be the best. You know exactly what I discovered.
I don't know what you're referring to, but I've heard enough already. Take this, and let's put this unpleasantness behind us.
Rumors travel fast, certainly faster than caravans. Do you really want to take that chance?
Very well. Now, I really must get back on the road.
Oh, son of a bitch, he disappeared. And here I'm thinking about attacking him. And he vanished. What a piece of shit. I wasn't expecting him to vanish from existence like that. Ah. You've lost reputation with Defiance Bay. But I have extraordinary reputation with Deerford Village. Which is interesting because... no, that's for the cult situation being resolved. They don't know much about what's happening here with this storyline, but I did go deal with that. Oh well. There's no outcome where you can... I don't think there's an outcome where you can actually tell people necessarily what happened. Or have any sort of authority deal with it. Because in this kind of society, he's essentially the authority, so that means what he does essentially doesn't matter in this society, which is what they were... what that cult was... the cult leader was espousing, but... the cult leader had his own other... frankly, larger bag of problems to look at. So, that was a thing. Ringfinger. Nidhen was a Glenfathan murderer who was notorious for both his brutality and his ability to avoid capture by the tribe's best hunters. When he was finally captured and put to death, his body was buried in a secret place near Cleaban Relag. Erial had given the unusual recommendation in the hopes that the Hingwithan ruin would capture the killer's soul and prevent it from returning to the wheel. During a recent cleansing celebration, an Orlan child stumbled across Nidhen's grave. Not realizing what she had found, she told her parents, who guessed what it was, and in turn told other members of the tribe. Within a day, Nidhen's burial site had been plundered by a few foolhardy Glenfathans, the body carried away for ritual purposes. All that remained was the ring finger from his right hand. The Anamfatha oppose the use of Nidhen's body for preparing sacred objects and will reward anyone who can return it to them. The hunt for Nidhen's remains proved difficult, as the Glenfathans lied incessantly to cover for those who were responsible. And Orlin Brishalgwyn helped Kana sort the truth out, eventually recovering every part of the dead murderer's body. Though the Glenfathans were more than willing to lie about what they had done, none of them turned violent when Kana and the Brishalgwyn confronted them. And Anamfath ordered the Brishalgwyn to bury the body in a new location that was less well traveled than the paths near Cleaban Relag. Upon returning to Cadnua, Kana realized that the Anamfath had never asked for Nidhen's ring finger to be returned. So he took it? What? We got a neck item. What in the world? Need hand's finger. Grants mild lance. Do a piercing attack once per rest. 3 constitution on a ring. Tied to a simple leather cord. This finger once belonged to a notorious Confronting murderer. Locals exhumed the body to create sacred objects, but you assisted a Confronting Anamfatha in recovering it. Despite insisting that the body be buried in a new, secret location, the Anamfatha never asked you to recover the finger that had been found as the killer's original grave. Alright. So I got money, an undetermined amount of money, 1,000 experience, and a new trinket. Huh. Is it time to pick a new goal? Nope. Just that Kana has succeeded. Did we all gain experience from that too, or just Kana? Everyone's so close. Alright, let's just deal with you. Oh. Right, we're getting less experience per level than it takes to level up a stat nowadays. I thought it was capped at a 10 for a second there. More level 2 phrases. So make frightened and terrified less effective. Make your allies just leave frost behind. It's a little bit weird. Decrease reload time and increase range attack speed, which is weird for a melee guy. And the Fox and Farmer did run and leap. Reduces accuracy of disengagement attacks for enemies in the area of effect. Huh. These are getting pretty situational. I think I might research this spell online just to see if people mention how effective it is, because I'm curious. Yeah, what I'm worried about is that it only does anything when people move, whereas if I just had like a freezing trap under all of my allies and people engaged with melee and them had to deal with that, then that'd be nice. But if I had to run around like a lunatic, that's not really the way I play the game. So my concern would be that it would be useless to me. It might even be better to go back to a tier 1 spell. Like, yeah, the reduced concentration would probably be good. I'm not crazy about movement tech in this game, but getting the reduced concentration might be a better option. Okay. So yeah, it sounds like it's an incredibly niche spell that you run around and try to create traps with while being in a fight, because you can't just like pre-do it in stealth, because you have to be in a fight in order to be chanting. So that sounds like a nightmare to set up. And the other ones are all not my style either. This one's kind of okay. But this one makes a lot of sense. This is reduced concentration, and that I think that primes you for interrupts just across the board. In a lot of games, concentration is the anti-interrupt spellcasting effect, but I think that in this game, it might affect all interrupts. That just can happen every time you get hit. And since I already took the plus interrupt for this character, then having this on my character would actually make a lot of sense. So it'd probably fit better, I would think. I would think. Edit chants, there we go. I'm like, how do I change these chants out? Alright, so we have... Yeah. The Field of Terror. Frightened enemies there, their effect. Then we got a bit of damage. That's starting to feel like a much smaller amount of endurance, honestly, at this point in the game. Whereas this reduces their attack. I think I want to get rid of the attack one that seems like it's just not that good anymore. And then put the concentration one in to make it easier to interrupt people's attacks. That makes sense to me. I hope. I hope. Yeah, 2 points of concentration per 3 seconds. I mean, 2 points of endurance. My characters are up to having like 100 to 150. Admittedly, it's like 4, but like it's just not great. AoE wise, it might be kind of effective, but I think at this point my buff chants are going to scale a little bit better. But at the same time, I think I'm kind of just ready to start unlocking tier 3 chants, so I can maybe get something cooler than some of the stuff that I found so far. We shall see.
Yeah.
All I know is we've scoured the town, we've gotten rid of the subterranean cultist nightmare, and 2 women are on the run. And we'll see how that goes for them. And we might be just done with this town right about now. I don't know what building that is, actually. Who lives in here? I think we're about ready to head back home and continue scouring the city for all of its details. This is just some guy's house. A ledger lies open on the desk. It lists purchase and sale amounts for various alchemical ingredients and concoctions. Huh. I guess this is just her house. She just has a spouse in her house who's quiet as a mouse. Oh, I'm some kind of idiot. So basically, we just take a look inside this house, which should be the equipment place. And no quest pops up, then I guess we're going to be heading back to Defiance Bay. And I'm not really expecting much more than a vendor out of this, really.
Gods keep you.
A poorly smiling man stands behind a warped wooden counter, polishing a buckler. He looks up. Haven't seen you before. Always glad to see a new face in town. Company's good for business, and chatter's good for the soul. That's what I always say. Anyhow, what can I do for you? What's been going on in Deerford? Oh, we're a quiet little town. Not much happens here. It is always dangerous words to say in an RPG, or really any fiction. It's like, oh, well, can't wait to find out what's happening here. In this case, a nightmare subterranean death cult that had a freaking pool of blood they were making out of blood. Especially not since the legacy hit. People realized they couldn't have babies and just stopped trying altogether. That takes a lot of the excitement out of the day-to-day, if you can believe it. Tall grass. A pike. Exceptional. The Hours of Saint Rumbolt. Crits can inflict prone. It's accurate. A Grudge Keeper. Bonus damage against prone, stun, or flanked enemies is the main outcome. Retezi's Thorn. 2 spears at this place. 10% accuracy and 20% damage when you get below 50% endurance. And it's pre-enchanted with Crush. And it's fine. Mosquito. Reduce concentration on yourself? It sounds like it means -5 concentration on me. Kind of a bummer. +9 accuracy, though. Angios Gambison. Grants deleterious alacrity of motion. It's a speed boost for attacks. Some accurate and some athletics, so it's probably the item of a gymnast or something. An acrobat. The voice of the mountaintop. Ooh. Plus 20% chant area of effect. Only usable by a chanter. I believe I would want that. It's not even expensive. Cool. Boots of Zealous Command. A Zealous Aura area of effect. For a paladin, I think? Yeah. I don't even have a paladin yet, but I think I want that for when I do get a paladin. That's just, those are just nice class-specific cool things to have. And these are just all of the utility items that you can stock up on if you want. Pry bars and grappling hooks. I think I'm fine on lockpicks. I'm gonna spend $2 here. Probably worth it. And I accidentally put it all in my inventory. But Boots of Zealous Command. Hopefully I'll remember that exists later when I come for it. Voice of the Mountaintop. What's my current necklace? Ooh, that's pretty good. Unwavering Resolve, 2 Intellect, 1 Resolve. Didn't I have a different source of Resolve at some point? Or of Intellect? And I switched it out for this. One of my spellcasters currently using it. Reflection. Reflex. I'm not going to use a robe. That'd be stupid. I would die. Stealth and Perception. Where did it go? Spell damage. I don't know where it went. It might be on Aelys, who I can't even access the inventory of right now. I'll resolve this later. I'll just keep it in his inventory and we'll figure it out. But somewhere around here there was a source of 2 intellect. It might be... Yeah, the 2 most likely characters who would have the item are Kana and Aloth, the 2 people that are currently not in the party. So I'll have to figure out where that item went and then try to put it back on. It also might be in here. I'll take a look for it. Because I would like to have this, but I also want to have the intellect. Because those both increase my chant area of effects. And I want this shit to reach. I want all of my allies and enemies to have the applicable effects on them as much as I can. But yep, this is just a shop. And so we are done with Deerford. Time to go back to the booming politics of the big city, where at any turn you might wipe out an entire royal family because they were like, well, I guess you're not useful to me anymore. Time to die.
The Stelgar was on top of me, and I was face down in the dirt.
Arrow to the throat. That stops him.
What? No! I was spirit shifted, and she was in heat, so I aimed for the throat, but not with an arrow.
I knew it. The first time I heard him say, like, not the first time, the moment he said that he was in the dirt and it was a Stelgar, I'm like, they're having sex. That's the implication. That's definitely what's happening. I can tell. I can tell. Get the hell back to Copper Lane. Been a while. But yeah, at any moment somebody might be like, well then I guess you've outlived your usefulness, and then you accidentally wipe out an entire royal family because it turns out you're stronger than they thought you were, and that really fucks up the entire premise of that little dismissal that they just gave you. And then you deal with the fallout of an entire royal family being gone now. Ha. 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 Anyway, back to this whole thing. These numbers seem way smaller than they used to, now that having a few grand isn't so hard. Yeah, employ hirelings to defend your stronghold during attacks, please. Because anything that lets me do that stuff. I'm realizing I'm gonna have all the security things first, and none of the fame that probably helps me actually get good taxes in the first place. I figure we're good as long as I'm constantly building something. Then at least we're in some sort of good situation. Although I have no idea how far we are into the game, or how long the game is, or how much there is to do with that, or if any new stuff shows up later after you've done the first stuff, or what. Although I think I can afford a decent percentage of the overall options simultaneously right now. Yeah. They'd be in real trouble if I could just click on all of them and just go. I might be able to afford a lot of them already. Just in collective.